This is live.
Dude, that'll get the blood boiling.
There you go.
Yeah! Welcome to the Ouchcast! Ouchcast! Squid Squad!
How's everyone doing?
Good, man. That was a nice starter.
I could appreciate that. You know, nothing beats live music.
Right? That's why I wanted to play it. I love live music.
That's why you played the recording of live music.
That's why I played a recording of live music to put, and then But all kidding aside, dude, I miss going to concerts. I haven't been to a concert for a while. Just not because I'm a parent, but fucking those prices, yo. What's up with those prices?
Seriously,
dude, it's ridiculous.
Look, I don't even listen to the guy, but the last time I heard Bad Bunny was in town, the ticket prices were outrageous. I wouldn't pay that for a car, let alone a ticket.
Metallica's coming.
Yeah,
and I've seen Metallica like 5 times. I've seen them all five times.
I will never see
throughout
them
my
again.
life. This time I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen them for a while. I want to take my wife, maybe Isaac as well. You know, my son. I'll take him to Metallica. Let's see how much tickets are. Nosebleed at SoFi. I'm talking nose motherfucking bleed. Like up, like I'm gonna have to get like air traffic control to get us to our seats. That's how high up it is. I have to duck so I don't fucking get on the flight path. $200 a pop.
Nope.
For that.
So,
do I get something with that? The T-shirt?
When you said SoFi, I knew it because parking at SoFi is $120.
Oh my god!
Parking is $120. Let me say that again for anyone who's out there who's listening who does not understand.
Doyle, are you having a Looper moment?
No, I went to a Rams game this past season.
Oh my! $120.
You guess what? I drove like 8 blocks away from the stadium
and you parked at someone's house
and Ubered in because there's no way. And it's actually cheaper to do that because the Uber was only like $10. And so finding parking like 2 miles away is easily $10 instead of parking right at the stadium and paying $120.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
You know what we should do? We should open an Ouchcast lot, like a parking lot a couple miles away from the big stadiums, and just like do like a tram ride to the stadiums from there, offer that to the Squid Squad, and save them money.
You know, Malcolm in the Middle, what's his name? Frankie Muniz.
Oh, Frankie Muniz.
He owns a parking lot. He bought a parking lot at a pretty young age with his money, right? With the Malcolm in the Middle money. And he said that it was the best investment he ever had because that thing continued to turn a profit. And as prices got higher, and it's actually in downtown LA.
Oh,
so
enough said.
Now that the Belasco Theater is like having a full revival. Dude, Belasco Theater, by the way, beautiful venue.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty near that. And so the guy's making hand over fist and money even to this day. It's a property he's not sold. He still owns it. Still makes tons of money, especially as things climb. So absolutely, man. I'm with you on that venture if you're down. Let's do it. Let's make some money.
Jesus Christ. That's insane, though. The last time I went to a concert was last year at the Forum, or as I call it, the Great Western Forum, because I'm old and I still like the old name. And parking was $40. And my wife was like, "No, I'm like, no, actually it was $50." And I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it. It's not bad at all." Because I'm not going to be looking around to save that money. Now, if it was SoFi and did you say $120? 120? Are you sure it's not pesos? And you're like,
no.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
No.
See that?
American dollars.
I'd be like, take your $120 and shove it up your ass because I'm going over there to the Great Western Forum.
So, it's because Clippers Arena, the Forum, and SoFi are going to share parking lots. And so when they finish Clippers Arena, the parking is going to go up again. And mind you, that entire area is being renovated for all the new parking and all the new structure and stuff like that. They need streets to get you out of there because it took 2.5 hours to get out of the game because of all the construction and all the cars coming in and out of that place. It is a freaking nightmare. I would never, ever go again. ever.
So I haven't had the issue in terms of live music. I go all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Go all the time.
I love watching your Instagram because all the live music that you put on there, and someone like, oh, he went there. Oh, he's watching them. I'm jealous. I know I was supposed to go with you with KMFDM, but I couldn't. But I was like, damn.
So to the point of Doyle, I went to go watch Beck and Phoenix. It was 2 weeks ago on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same night that it was, because it was at the Forum. At the Kia Forum, right?
Now, when you go though, do you go by yourself or do you go with a group of people?
I usually go with friends. Either I might because Ticketmaster makes you buy 2 tickets.
Oh.
You can't just buy one
unless
you go to like a place where it's like open seating.
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy 2 tickets. So anytime I buy tickets for a show, I always have to buy 2 tickets because I go to big shows. Now I do also go to smaller shows, and I'll get into that because I think as a tip, maybe that if you like live music, that'll be my advice: go to smaller shows. But what I was trying to get at was that the Kia Forum was playing the same night as Taylor Swift. So I got there. Now I paid $90 for the preferred parking experience, and I have to tell you that
Taylor Swift.
No. I was at the Beck and Phoenix concert.
But
the thing is that the Kia Forum and the SoFi Stadium are right next to each other. So as I walked out at the end of the night from the Beck show, I can hear all the Swifties like taking over. I mean, dude, they were loud. I can see because the stage is right there, like the arena. So here's my point: I paid the $90 for the preferred parking, and it was so worth it. So I'm part of the problem because I will pay the extra $90 for that preferred parking because you know what? I got in. I was able to find parking instantly and walk up right to the show within 10 minutes. Even though we were late to the show, 10 minutes, I was already in my seat. 10 minutes.
I'm gonna age myself and be like, dude, what happened to the $40 tickets and the $10 parking?
Right.
What happened?
Well, it's the spectacle of things, man. It's a spectacle of shows, and Vulture just.
I'm gonna say it's also Ticketmaster as well.
Right. So Vulture just released an article not too long back, and they were basically talking about that part of the issue isn't so much the Ticketmaster, although Ticketmaster is a big inflator of prices.
Yes.
But there's also during COVID. Obviously, the music industry took a huge hit. The live music industry took a huge hit. The hospitality industry took a huge hit. Now, they found ways
Doyle
to recover.
took a huge shit.
Well, we all took huge shits during COVID.
I took more than anyone.
I mean, dude, I spent an inordinate amount of time in the bathroom for privacy during COVID. Because, dude, everybody was home, bro. Everybody was home, and the only privacy I had was in the pooper. Yeah, I took some shits during COVID-19.
That was my way of making sure COVID wasn't in me.
Out, demon!
Out with you, outcast.
COVID. It's like COVID-19. Remember that guy, dude?
Yeah. I blow you away. That was Doyle in the toilet.
Really quick, that's why there was no toilet paper. That was me.
He was the one. He was sitting in his throne of toilet paper.
When I knew I was going to be at home all that time, I bought 10,000 rolls of toilet paper and created. And you know what's funny? I bought stock in toilet paper.
You know what's funny? I bought 2 cases.
Make any money?
Two cases of toilet paper, like the large industrial. Yeah. So I went through the whole pandemic with a nice clean butt.
I just how's it looking now, bro? How's it
terrible?
Looking
now I don't care.
All I'm saying
let it ride.
I'm waiting for the next catastrophe because I learned that sometimes that's the time to start investing is when people are panicking. So as soon as people start panicking, start investing, baby.
I used to know a guy.
That was part of the problem.
I used to know a guy. We called him Comanche Dave, and I thought he had some pretty great ideas. One of them was like, "Hey man, you know what you should always invest in? Campbell's soup." And I'm like, "Why Campbell's soup?" And he told me because when shit hits the fan and the prices go up, Campbell's soup is always cheap, and everyone wants the cheapest thing to eat. So Campbell's soup is the first thing when recession happens and all that is the things that they still buy and the price don't go up. If you buy stock in that or just buy and sell, you'll make a profit every single damn time.
Wow.
And I go, "Bullshit." And he goes, "I made 10,000 last year on Campbell's soup."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh fuck, okay." He wasn't full of shit.
So Doyle made money on toilet paper. Comanche Dave made money on Campbell's soup. What the fuck?
And Ticketmaster's making money on fucking bullshit prices and
Taylor
Which is why I
Swift and
had to
Beyonce.
do what I had to do.
and convenience fees that are not convenient because dude, it's
What is a convenience
there's
fee?
no convenience. It's convenient to them to take more money out of you, dude.
It's not even like
So-
they send you your tickets on time. Half the time you order tickets and buy tickets, and then you have to call customer service just to get the stinking tickets because they don't send them to you.
And there's no convenience.
You sound just like Bill Cosby. Keep it going. Keep it going.
No, and then you can't even get it.
But it doesn't give me the convenience of the tickets, and then the pudding doesn't come in the pop.
No, but the worst part is like, let's say the Beck concert. I can't go down to the Forum and go to the ticket booth and be like, 2 for Beck, please, because they don't sell on there. You have to go to Live Nation or Ticketmaster to get them because now Live Nation, Ticketmaster, the same fucking thing. So what's the convenience when it's a monopoly? It's not convenient, and it's worse because certain arenas, certain theaters, now they have to exclusively use Ticketmaster because if they don't, they get penalized by Ticketmaster and they cannot use any of, which is 99% of their talent on any events. So let's say you want Beck again at your arena or your stadium or whatever, but you don't want to use Ticketmaster. Guess what? He has an exclusive contract with Ticketmaster and them, and you can't use them.
Wow. Okay.
That's fucking retarded.
Why?
I hate using the word, but it's true.
Why? I just don't understand. Why don't they?
Monopolize, dude. And the government's just like me.
I just don't understand why you can't go to the box office and buy tickets anymore. Everything is sold out when you get there.
The scalpers.
That's why.
It's all a headache. It's all like impossible to transfer a ticket on through the apps. You have to get like a gajillion apps to buy a ticket these days, and it kind of kills the whole experience because
Kind of?
when you walk through the gate, you have to scan a stupid QR code. You don't even get a ticket like to remember the concert anymore, and it's just like, I don't know, it just kind of ruined things for me a little bit, but I still go.
So, I don't remember what my first show was, but I do remember going to Oasis back. It was okay. So their second album, "What's the Story, Morning Glory," was one of their bigger hit albums. That's the one that has "Don't Look Back in Anger." It has "Wonderwall." But the album after that, I went to go see the tour for that one. Now, at that time, the internet, you can buy tickets online. You had to go to Ticketmaster. Now,
Right.
I went to the
Phone
Ticketmaster
call.
at the warehouse. Now, the way
The warehouse.
out of the warehouse, right?
Let's pause a moment to remember the warehouse music. Good times. Sam Goody's Warehouse Music Plus.
If I had alcohol,
Tower
I'd
Records,
pour
where I
it
used to
out.
work. Huh?
If I had alcohol, I'd pour it out.
No. Well,
The warehouse.
Just Tower Records, man.
I used to work at Tower Records in
know.
Anaheim, and I used to work the Ticketmaster booth, and it was so much fun to work
You
Ticketmaster
had
booth.
some of the best stories about it.
Oh, it was
So
amazing.
then, Angel, you can give me context, but let me just tell this story because I remember my experience getting those tickets. I had to go early.
Yeah.
There was a huge line waiting.
Always.
Now, when you got there, it didn't matter if you got there early or late because what would happen then is that the people would go out and give wristbands to everybody, different colored wristbands.
Yep.
And then a lottery would happen, and you could have gotten there at 5 in the morning, or you could have got there like 10 minutes before they open. But what color wristband you had would determine what your order of going to of getting tickets, and then you would get your tickets. Okay. Now, conversely, when the internet happened and when Ticketmaster first had to create the infrastructure for selling tickets, I imagine that the convenience fee came from the fact that you can buy them online, and because they had to somehow pay for the back end and the running of these systems. But dude, just like taxes, just like anything else, the second that you allocate money or you request money for something that's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
It's never gonna go away. So Ticketmaster just saw that people were willing to bend over and pay for it, and so
Yeah.
the convenience fee existed, and it to this day has nothing to do with convenience.
Yeah,
it
but
has to do with
back
profit.
back then it was a convenience fee because you were going to another option. You had options that was more convenient, hence
sir.
the fee. Now you have no fucking choice, so there's no convenience. It's just like, fuck you, pay me. There's tickets out there. I just looked up Pantages for the Les Miserables.
Oh yeah,
by the
you
way.
can get some $40
$49, but during the week, and I can't during the week.
So you're gonna go in the
So,
weekend, and then you're gonna pay up the butt.
$79. It's
Yeah.
not bad. I'll still do it.
Cool.
I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna.
Les Mis is an amazing show,
Yeah.
by the way. Watch it live; it's great.
Yeah, I told my wife I want to go, and she's like, "I'll go with you." She hates musicals, but she's
Really?
like, "I'll go with you," and I'm like, "Yes, finally."
Dude.
because I love musicals.
Bro,
So-
I would totally go with you with that one, man.
yeah, dude. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I looked into it and all that, but I started seeing the fees, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's expensive, because it's like, why are all these taxed on? It's too much. And then if you can't get them like that, the scalpers will get them before you. Then a ticket that was originally $100 is now $500.
Mm-hmm.
And how is that fair?
You know what's even worse? If you go online, the first hit you get for any shows isn't the Ticketmaster
No.
or the venue. It's StubHub
StubHub.
or some other reseller. Now, the reason that this bothers me recently was I had bought tickets there's a show for a band called Kula Shaker. They're British. They were from the British pop revival of the '90s. Great band, and I bought 2 tickets as a gift for a friend and her husband. Well, I was really excited, and I went online. I clicked on the first thing, bought the tickets, and then realized, oops, I bought these from a reseller. I ended up paying like $70 more per ticket. Because of a stupid mistake I made, rather than go directly to and so I'm stuck with it. There's nothing I can do about it, because then what ends up happening is once I paid for it, then it reroutes me to Ticketmaster, and I have to attach the ticket to that, and there's nothing I can do unless I paid for that insurance fee. By the way, that's the other charge now they have. Like, would you like to pay $20 insurance fee per ticket?
And some of them you have to say yes. I bought Dodger tickets, and they mandatory give you insurance on there. You have to, otherwise you cannot buy the ticket.
Wow.
So I'm like,
That's a mess.
Okay.
Man, you know what? This whole episode is gonna turn into me ranting because I can't stand this. I think this whole system is corrupt.
Drink. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were referring to like how I was gonna deal with my stress right now. 'cause
No,
it's
the
through
beep,
the roof.
the beep went off. I'm like,
Deal
drink,
with just drink,
drink,
motherfucker.
drink with your stress.
Pull up, drink.
Oh,
Headshot,
wait, there's a convenience fee for drinking.
drink. Convenience fee. You know what? I feel like that's how the world is like evolving right now. Because have you guys seen the price of a Snickers? It was $3.
Wow.
$3.
$3
Remember when
for a
those were
Snicker.
like 50 cents?
Yeah.
So you know, at a
Back
concert,
in my day, when
at
I
a
was your age.
look, okay, I get inflation, but $3 for a candy bar that's not even like 6 inches? Are you serious?
And it's even smaller than before.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
I don't like chocolate that much.
Hershey's chocolate almond chocolate bars, right? Remember when they used to be in the little vinyl that they came in and stuff? The little what do you call it? The aluminum wrapper that it had, Ken? Well, around 10 years ago or something, they started chopping up the almonds to put in there because, to save some cash. So the almonds would be like just like sprinkled onto the chocolate. But now chocolate has gotten more expensive, that now they've decided to put the almonds back in because it's cheaper for them to put more almonds in it than chocolate, because we're running out of chocolate. Supposedly humankind is consuming more chocolate than we can produce. So now chocolate is not true chocolate.
But I mean, like, when did we need to produce this much stuff? Like, this is
Population, buddy.
No, but you know what? How much of that is thrown away?
Oh, a lot.
Exactly. And this is because they're mass producing stuff saying, oh, we need to keep up with demand. But the demand is actually not that high. It would actually be better if they produced way less and it was like more of a scarcity, because this is actually the same stuff that's killing people. And
like sriracha.
So they figured out a way to mass produce this stuff to the point where they are wasting the resources, and then like there's no resources to go around, and then they charge you up the wazoo for the few resources that you actually can partake in, instead of just cutting back and then saving people and using higher quality.
This episode of Ouchcast is brought to you by Wazoo, now in stores.
It's
Go
up.
get yours up now.
You have to go up there.
Up there to get it.
Yeah. No, okay, so I gotta ask, what was your first concert experience?
Okay, so I said this earlier where I don't think I quite remember what my first concert was.
That drunk, huh?
You know what? That many shows I've been to. I think my first concert might have been the Oasis concert, maybe, because I mean I went to I swear up and down that there's a Depeche Mode concert that I didn't go to, but I was told yes I did go to that. So there's shows that I've been to that I don't remember, guys. But I mean, just for the sake of the story, my first concert I remember is Oasis, and I remember just how intimidating it was standing in line, going through the whole concession process, getting up to finding your seats, and just the energy of the place, and just feeling so emotionally exhausted even before the show came on. But when you're young, dude, you end up like finding ways to skip all the way up into the pit. And I remember at the time I was with Josie, my ex, and the whole show, dude, she kept on flipping off Liam Gallagher because we were pretty much like third row.
Josie
back.
went 3 points cooler in my book.
Dude.
Josie, right on.
Dude, she kept on flipping because he would make eye contact with the audience, and he was here, and she'd be just flipping him off. And dude, Noel Gallagher would look over, and after a while saw it, and he laughed, right? He laughed because Liam Gallagher was getting pissed because he did that whole face thing where he was like super stoic. Dude, it was great. It was, the whole time I'm just like, they're kind of hiding, like, oh man, these guys are gonna kick our ass, and she's just like, oh fuck you guys.
Awesome.
It was a great experience. But yeah, dude, but because of that, and because of just the energy of shows, man, is it worth paying money for the shows? And for
not as much as it is now for me.
For me, it is
not as much. That's too much money.
With exception, can I give you the asterisk on this one? Earlier, you talked about Metallica, and all intents and purposes, that show sounds amazing. It was 2 nights and bookend weekends, right? On one, it's going to be on a Friday, Saturday, and the next weekend, Friday, Saturday. Is that correct?
No, you're thinking about the
Metallica,
Pantera, Guns N' Roses, and Ozzy Osbourne down the road. That one's going to be amazing. That's a weekend, and that's a great one. But this one, I think, is just Pantera and Metallica.
No, it's 2 opposing weekends, and what Metallica's going to do is a different set for each show. But I looked up those tickets, and the cheapest tickets were $500. And again, when
I found some for $200, but still,
really
not worth it. But it's nosebleeds.
I'm never going to see Metallica live because of that.
Tony's going to Metallica. They paid up the wazoo. Nancy Tony? Yeah.
Nancy and Tony are going?
Not Nancy, just Tony.
Tony's fucking
Shout
stupid.
out to Tony.
Tony, you're stupid.
Tony, enjoy that concert because we will never see Metallica live again.
We'll never see Metallica live at all.
That would have been my 5th time.
Wow.
I've seen them 4 times in my life.
Are they worth a 6th?
No.
Not for that price, I imagine.
No. That's why I said, get the fuck out of here.
I
would have done $100 a pop.
But let's take price off the board. Is the show worth watching?
Not the new one, no.
See?
I'll tell you right now. The last time I saw them was for the Refuel tour, and I was really disappointed. They were aging themselves in the sound quality and everything else, and it happens. It happens to the best of us. But I saw them at the Coliseum with Guns N' Roses. They were amazing. I saw them in San Diego. I saw them. Also, where else did I see them? I saw them like a bunch of places, different spots. And every single time they blew me away. Some of the best concerts. Sepultura, another great concert to see live. My first concert was Faith No More, Great Western Forum, October 24th, 1990. That was my first concert.
Remember that?
And I still remember the playlist.
Really?
Yeah. They did a cover song, a total cover song. I forgot what song was total, but it wasn't Africa. It was a total cover. And then they did From Out of Nowhere from the first album. That was the first album they came out with. And they were opening for Billy Idol.
Wow.
And I was really into it. I thought it was amazing. It was a great experience. Billy Idol blew me away, by the way. Billy Idol blew me away.
No concert ticket should ever cost more than $250.
Yeah, I agree. No, that's even a lot. That's a lot for me.
Like a festival, like you getting a whole day, like out. You know what? I know that's a lot of money.
I don't do festivals, man. I'm sorry.
I know it's a lot of money, but I think $250 is the max, and I think that's a fair price. You have like 5 to 10 acts on stage. It might be worth $250 if you have some high quality acts. Like, I don't know about you guys. I would have paid $250 for Prince and Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, no, that's a given. I would have paid like $300.
So we're
hell yeah, dude, you're making me like salivate over
we're like desktop
Rest in peace.
quarterbacking here because we don't account for how expensive these shows are. And
no, I
going
get
out
it.
Going out live. I was reading the article from Vulture, the one I referenced earlier, and one of the things they mentioned in this article, and just for those out there who, if you want to read the article yourself, it's called "The Live Music Industry is Broken." And it's from Vulture. And one of the things that they stated in the article was that inflation in a post-COVID world, also scarcity of the materials you need in order to put on these live shows have shot straight up. people thought that during the COVID, because of all the shows being shut down, that prices were going to level out, that there was going to be like a correction, a price correction happening, because we even pre-COVID, we knew prices were way too expensive, but didn't happen. Now, I used to go to Coachella every year from 2006 up into 2009. I went, and those shows were amazing. Now, I will never go to a Coachella show. One, because at the time that I was going, I could buy for any specific night $80 for one night, $80 for another, or not go at all, or buy all three at a discounted price. Now you have to buy for all 3 nights, and it's expensive. And none of the acts I'm interested in. I did buy a festival ticket for November. It's a show called Darker Wave, and
What you mean dark?
Drink up, suckers, drink up,
bitches.
So in the show, there's gonna be a bunch. We're talking a bunch of acts. It's gonna be the B-52s, Devo, New Order, just a lot of like nostalgia acts from the 80s and the early 90s. And for 2 tickets, Doyle, you're gonna hate this, but I did pay for 2 tickets. That's with fees and everything. I paid about almost like $600 for 2 tickets. But mind you, it's more than 20 acts. And realistically, I'm gonna be able to see
how much?
about 20 acts. And I'm gonna if I get there at 10.
For how much?
About $600 for 2 people.
That's somewhat reasonable.
And I'm also able to pay on a like a kind of on a
afterpay kind of thing. Yeah.
See, that's fair.
That's fair. If you can do the afterpay thing, then I agree. That's great. I'll do that.
But I do not want to have to sell my firstborn to go see one act that's like
$1,000.
Yeah, and they were cool like 25 years ago, and they haven't had a good album in the last 40 years.
There is one musician that's on my list, someone that I really want to see, and they're like still one of my music gods.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Hit me, baby,
one more time. No.
Ooh,
you know what though?
Again.
I would see there, but no, that's not.
Yes,
that's not what I'm talking about.
I would see Britney because I heard that her show
It's
is
pronounced Brittany.
Britney
Britney Spears.
By the way, I just watched Zoe 102. You know her sister.
I haven't seen that.
I watched that on Paramount Plus. Oh, it's so
Why?
sad. She like Jamie Lynn Spears looks like a dude in drag. It's so sad. She was cute when she was young.
Oh my
She
god.
is not
Did not
cute,
say
bro.
that.
Sorry.
Is ragging on drag queens considered like
Yes.
dragophobic?
As your attorney, shut the fuck up.
Apologies.
I'm just asking.
Okay.
I'm not saying nothing. I
I'm
just
so
want to
sorry.
know for a friend.
Okay, so let me just say that Jamie Lynn Spears is not pretty. That's all I'm gonna say. And honestly, that show.
So that's why you watched it, just because you
She
wanted to
didn't
see
grow
her.
up like her sister.
Well, when I was young enough to be able to enjoy the show because
You never were young enough to enjoy the show, dude.
Shut
Just
up!
Shut up right now.
I was. It was
How
a good
old is
show.
too old?
It was funny.
To reference the last episode.
Shout out the last episode.
Where's my attorney? I need my attorney. Bring in my attorney.
Renee,
He's sitting next to you
Renee.
and he's playing Switch.
for those not watching, he's talking about my son. He's in the room.
He is my attorney.
He's your attorney?
Legal counsel.
He's more mature than you,
He's pro bono.
and he's only 14.
He's
Okay,
a public defender.
my public defender. Pro boner.
He's better than some of the public defenders out there. I tell you that.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Tell you about the 5th.
Okay, we went off tangent. I forgot there was a train of thought before you threw in Zoe 102.
Don't we go on a
Britney
tangent?
Spears, bro.
No, oh no. Okay, the one musician that's like he's my last musician god left for me because David Bowie died. Of course, Freddie Mercury never got around to it and all that. So the last guy
You
left
like
is
the flamboyant.
I love glam. I love glam rock. So for me, I love Rod Stewart. I met him once. I think I told you he's like really short.
My body,
Hey, believe it or not, I have a picture of myself as like a 1 or 2 year old singing to that song, flipping off the camera.
I'm a
I could send it to Discord if you want.
Shout out to Adil,
like
Marty,
Adventure-
and HR because we used to be in the office, and let me just say, on a Friday afternoon, Rod Stewart would start playing, and no work got done. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you on that one, dude. I wouldn't be able to work.
So
with
you
him.
were one singing Rod Stewart?
Yeah, I have the picture. My mom took the pictures, dude. I used to be. There were 2 songs that I was obsessed with.
Oh
Do you think I'm sexy? And passion. I don't know if you guys ever remember that song.
He changed the lyrics though. He said, "If you wanna party and you think I'm sexy,
Come on, baby, let me poop.
Okay, so you know what? We definitely need a lawyer in-house for, counsel. We need in-house counsel to help us through this, like navigate these dirty waters.
Well,
Please
okay.
go on with your
dirty
Anyways, the one that I'm mentioning is David Gilmour from Pink Floyd.
Oh, dude, cool.
He did Rattle That Lock tour not so long ago, and his tickets were going around for the cheapest tickets were $1,500.
Ah, no.
And this is a couple years ago. This is like before COVID, before everything
I'll
else.
stalk him in the airport."
And I actually considered going by myself. I told my wife, "I'm sorry, but I have to do this because it's on my bucket list. I have to do it." And she said, "Fine, if you can find them, find them." But
$1,500.
I could not even find the $1,500 tickets because all the scalpers got them, and the $1,500 became $3,500.
That sounds about right.
I fucking hate that, dude.
Now, I know we're like trying to avoid tangents, but did you hear that Roger Waters has redone Dark Side of the Moon and is releasing it in October?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Roger Waters, he's off his rocker, dude. I'm sorry. Like, he is his own worst enemy. He really is his own worst enemy. I actually saw him at the Coliseum a couple years ago when he did The Wall live.
Yeah, he's
which
been there
was
for a while.
It was. I mean, I didn't want to go. My mom wanted to go see it, and she got the tickets. She's like, "You're gonna take me?" So I'm like, oh, "Fuck, fine." I took her, and yeah, there's something blasphemous about having him do The Wall without Rick Wright, Nick Mason, or David Gilmour. You know me, dude. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan.
You got me.
I'm
into
like,
Pink Floyd.
there's something there. Like, don't get me wrong, talented musicians all around, great set looking and everything else. But there's something depressing of seeing Roger Waters trying to cash in on Pink Floyd. Yes, I understand. He wrote 89% of the music. He wrote it. He did write it. But it's not just the person who writes it, but it's the people who were around to actually perform the music originally. Playing it with a cover band is not the fucking same. I'm sorry. That's like me going to the Santa Fe Springs swap meet to watch a No Doubt cover band and be like, yeah, they were as good as the original.
"Well, I love to wash in your old bath water."
What the fuck?
So,
I play cover.
one of the guys. I don't know what to do with any of this. I quit. Where's HR? I need to put my resignation.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
And you go chasing spider web. Spider web.
Have you seen that? There's a video. You would see it, Doyle, and I would have sent it to you if you were on social media, man.
Well, you can send it to the Discord.
Sorry, I didn't think about that. You know what? You know how much stuff I would send on to. You know what? Challenge accepted.
Just send it.
Oh, look
Challenge
at you.
accepted. I'm gonna do that. Actually, that is a very fair and constructive suggestion. I will absolutely start doing that. Thank you.
Yes.
Full disclosure.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. Like
I took
4
Discord
months
off my
ago,
phone.
3 months ago. You took Discord off your
Yes.
phone?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay, well that is lack of faith, my dude. That is lack of
Yeah,
faith.
because excuse you, it is
It is-
very not lively here. I have been on for the last 2 hours, talking to people on their servers to get them to come to our servers, and I have yet to get anyone to join me on this. I ain't begging.
Please come to our
I ain't
Please,
begging. I'm inviting.
Can you come to my server?
I am very inviting.
Oh man! So the clip is some, I don't know if he's a Mexican guy or Indian guy, but he's singing Another Brick in the Wall, but with all the lyrics on, and he's playing on a piano. Like he's clearly out like al fresco somewhere singing this shit, and he's like every other word is like all in all another blick in the wall.
No.
Another blick in the wall.
And it just but yet you know the keyboard synths are pretty dope. He's actually nailing it.
You got synthwave on the keyboard.
He was
Hawkman on the keyboard.
He
on
was
the
riding-
keys, ladies and gentlemen.
he was kicking ass, but he couldn't sing the song for shit. And yet I watched the whole video because I couldn't turn away.
Okay.
Wow.
Couldn't turn away.
Side note,
Send that to me.
going on another tangent. My favorite scene in all of the Rush Hour franchise is when the Chinese dude is singing Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker gets so mad that he's like sitting there. What is this, man? Boo! boo, and he's just like there's no amount of hate and petty to boo somebody, and he's. I love that scene. Get this man off the stage, and then they cut to Lee, and Lee's doing other stuff, and then they cut right back, and he's already kicked the dude off stage, and he's like killing it, like nah, with the first.
When are we getting the next movie in that series, man?
Oh man!
You know what? There's 2 movies I would love to see come back, and if they just continue it from wherever they are, Rush Hour is one, and Austin Powers is another.
I think I take you guys the pitch for my Austin Powers 4?
Mm-mm.
My pitch for Austin Powers 4 would be Dr. Evil now being trained to be the next International Man of Mystery. So he's now the good guy with Austin Powers just in the background, kind of like being like the Nigel, like the dad, kind of like just in and out every so often. And having a new villain played by Dana Carvey.
Okay.
That would be cool.
But
just because of that, Dana Carvey is the villain.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
So I think I like that idea, but I also think Dana Carvey's not a big enough star to carry that role. And so, as weird as it sounds, I would actually like to see Will Ferrell come back as that side character.
Mustafa?
Yeah, who always got
you know what? That'd be hilarious if now he's the villain and he's mad because of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he has to wear he wears a Phantom of the Opera mask because he thinks he's really burned, but he's not. He's not really burned. And he has this mask on.
I mean, I know, and shout out to Dana Carvey because he's a national treasure.
I second that national treasure. Except his podcast, he's all over the place.
Nicolas Cage is a national treasure.
Tone that guy down. Oh yeah, tone us down too.
Turtle.
No, I think the Austin Powers would be a great addition. It's just the only thing I don't want them to do is get too topical with today's modern culture and then showing Austin Powers trying to work TikTok. I don't want to see that.
It's gonna happen.
I know.
That's just how it is. That's exactly how it is. Yeah, it's going through the phone.
He's gonna be trying to swipe and.
Do I swipe left or do I swipe right, baby?
See now that
swipe
would,
right,
if
baby.
we see Austin Powers on Tinder, that would be a funny joke.
No, that'd be funny if he actually mistakes Grindr for Tinder. That'd be funny.
Oh, that'd be funny. In his teeth.
Yeah. Oh, behave.
So they're talking. They've for the last 10 years they keep on talking about a revival of Rush Hour. I don't think it's gonna happen. He's Chris Tucker is just they did the same thing with Friday.
Yeah, Jackie Chan is just he's
it's not
semi-retired, dude.
But it wasn't Jackie. Jackie Chan was the one pushing for it.
Yeah, I know, but he's semi-retired himself. So.
And so Chris Tucker, for a while there, they were also talking Friday. He was going to do another Friday. He was going to come back, and they were all excited.
He was coming back, and then
he even announced it. Yeah, I'm back, and then nothing happened.
There's a reason though.
I'm sure there is.
Litigation. First of all, Chris Tucker made way too much money to do another Friday. Mm-hmm. They notoriously did not pay people well for the Friday franchise.
Yeah,
wait, Hollywood not pay people well?
No,
shocker.
Ice Cube didn't pay people well.
He's part of the fucking.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, he got screwed, and then he learned how to screw other people.
Yeah,
hey,
pretty much. That first movie is
a
cult classic.
The views of Ice Cube are not the. Yes, they are.
It's crazy because that first movie is such a classic, but everyone who was doing it was just doing it for the art.
It's the only one I own. It's the only one I own. I don't own any of the other ones.
The second one is
next Friday.
Me, the second one is also a classic.
It's grown on me. It has. But the Friday After Next is I can't.
I know people love that movie because it's Friday, but it was you could tell whoever edited it or whoever filmed it.
It got cost reduced.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Yeah, it got cost reduced.
There were moments that the jokes are supposed to be there, but they're not. Cat Williams going, "I am a boy, Damon." I didn't really get it. I get he was "Don't rape me," but.
He's still rapeable.
Whoa, that was
wow. Okay, the views of
okay.
Angel are definitely not mine. So
yes, they are. We'll talk after the podcast.
He's rapeable.
We'll talk after.
I have never used those words in my life.
Only for Cat Williams.
Just recently I've been looking into maybe getting a city appointment. No, I'm just saying I was looking the city I live in is I'm doing public appointments for different cabinet positions and I thought maybe I'll do it for education and that's not gonna happen. My political enemies will find this podcast and destroy me.
There's too many.
So, dude, back really quick, back to the musical, to the live show stuff, because I've gone to so many shows this past year, and it's been
Ouchcast the
so
musical.
great. The show that I'm going to next is a band called Ghost. And I love this band because their whole shtick is that they're like Satanists, right?
Yeah.
And sorry, Doyle, I know that this might be a sensitive topic, but the thing is that what I found interesting that was, I don't know if you guys remember during the Grammys how for a little while there was a bit of a jump in this idea that look at these bands and they're pushing Satanism. In reality, they ignored the fact that there is a band called Ghost that is genuinely like portraying this,
Propaganda,
dude. That song that I used to reference about Lucifer, Satanas, right? And the whole thing, dude, is like an ode to Satanism. But mind you, it's done in the most popish way. But I'll tell you what, the spectacle of the show is incredible. And when watched in an arena, it's worth the $150 I paid for my ticket. By the way, $150 was cheap in my mind for that show, and I would pay for that.
Whenever you talk about like satanic music, there's one song that gets in my head.
Which one?
What's it called? What's it called? It's by Stephen Lynch.
I don't even know who Stephen Lynch is.
No.
But I mean, dude, you're the one who got me into like a ton of metal. I mean, I was already into metal before because of another friend of mine, Sergio and Jason. We used to listen to Megadeth.
It's called
Slayer.
Beals.
Beals?
Beals.
Like
If you pay
Jessica
my
Biels?
bills, I pay your bills.
Here, let me play.
Jessica Biels.
Let
Pay
me
your telephone bills.
let me play a little bit.
She is the devil.
You would play some satanic, evil, witchcraft,
figured,
voodoo.
Since I wrote a song about, God and Jesus and all that, I would have to give the opposition equal time.
I want to hear the other song now.
Wait.
Ever since first man has walked this earth, I have been here to whisper seeds of doubt and evil thoughts into his ear. I am the beast, the outcast angel fallen from on high.
Ouchcast.
I go by many names, but there is one you can't deny. My name is Satan. Hi, everybody. Let me tell you a little bit about myself.
Of course, he does it in a lisp.
So I just love this. I'll
like
just
South
play a little
Park.
bit more.
My friends all call me Old Scratch, and I am a Capricorn. My turn-ons are romantic walks and killing the unborn. I've got little devil horns and a little goatee, little devil eyes to help a little devil see, and little cloven hooves make it kind of hard to ski. I'm Satan.
Anyways, always reminds me of that.
Actually, that wasn't bad.
That was.
I'm not
very
advocating.
bad.
Look, for all the believers out there who are listening, I do not advocate that music, but I'm not so sensitive that like if the music it exists, I'm gonna be like offended. Like that's the dumbest thing in the world.
So, Ghost has a song that, like, I mean,
Just like that?
No, it actually, like, I've even read articles where that song actually makes you feel guilty a bit for listening to it, because the song, when you listen to it, sounds like a Sunday devotional. Like, it's written and it sounds like one in the sense that it's very evocative of, like, even the lyric structure sounds like a church devotion. And the song is called "He Is," right, with a capital H. And if you listen to it, and as you're listening to the song, you realize he is singing a devotional, but it's not to Jesus. And the lyrics will blow you away if you listen to it. And dude, it's a pretty crazy song. It's the tamest song, because the one that you just played, clearly it's a joke and it's making fun, but in the sake of Ghost, the song itself is written in such a way that it is not a joke. Even though the band's like whole oeuvre is very much like, dude, they look fake as heck, because they're all like, really just like upping the visuals. Now, I remember Doyle mentioning some podcast back saying that if you were a Satanist and you were trying to convert people, that it would be done in this way where it would come in covert, where it would lower your guard. I mean, I'm paraphrasing what you said.
Sure.
But you're basically saying that that's what makes it so insidious, which I actually understand, because when you go to these shows, you're this combined energy of people like listening to this music, and I can see how that could be scary to a really fundamental Christian. I don't take it seriously, but I can see a fundamental Christian looking at this and being like, wow, this is scary. The energy these people are putting into this music and visual. Mind you, and that's the kind of magic, that you can get from live shows. And that's how you will pay $150 for a show. Or in this case, $66.66. So, just saying.
That's clever marketing.
My brother tried to get me into
disgusting.
Ghost. He really tried to get me into Ghost. He was like, "Oh, you want to go to a Ghost concert?" I'm like, "Ghost? The fuck is Ghost?"
Wait, we can't move on really quick. $666
And
or
60 cents.
or $6.66.
See,
It's gonna be $66.
no, the only people that win
$66.
in that scenario would be the people who really are committed to the pun of the 666.
That's what I'm asking, because I'd be pissed.
Do I get a T-shirt with that?
That would immediately
no, we
make
couldn't
me,
afford it for $6.66.
No, $666.
that would immediately make me not a Satanist anymore. Like,
I have to pay how much?
I'm good. No.
How about $350?
$350. You're only half a blasphemous. You're only half of a blasphemer at that point.
$350.
The thing about you, and you've said this story several times about your brother wanting to get you into this, and you just couldn't. I honestly thought, Angel, that this band, like, there was a point in time where this band was made for you. You would have loved it. The music, notwithstanding, because the music is good, but it's not metal, dude. Their music is basically just Slayer, or not even Slayer. Sorry, it's just pop rock. Really, is what it is.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get into it.
But the visuals and they're just such an interesting band that I can see you sometime back in the past being like, you would have been all in on this band. You would have been.
I would have. But to tell you the truth, yeah, I used to like Kiss too. Doesn't mean I'm gonna.
Kiss sucks.
Hey, that's how I feel about Ghost, dude.
Wanna rock and roll all night.
Hey, the visuals are great.
For the record,
Yeah, for real.
For those who are keeping score, there were a lot of people in the 70s who thought that Kiss was a satanic band too.
Yes,
So I mean, I guess
Knights in Satan's service.
So
That's what
I
Kiss stands
guess.
for.
Knights in
Blasphemy.
Satan's service.
Blasphemy. Yeah, no, that was fucking retarded.
Satanic
Every generation
panic?
is gonna have a satanic panic. In the 80s, we had Judas Priest.
Mm-hmm.
They're Satan worshippers. Iron Maiden, they're Satan worshippers.
In the 90s, it was those kids with Metallica, the ones that went to jail for the. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Hanson.
They are the devil,
That
dude.
is from the devil. Come on.
Have you heard Bop like backwards?
Actually, yeah, I
I'll
have.
swallow your soul.
You know what's funny?
That was cut out of the subliminal message.
The thing about it is that, like, when you're talking about like these bands and whether they have their allegiance to the devil or not, and you're talking the Illuminati and all that stuff, you ever hear the stories that they tell about the parties they've been to? I don't know. Maybe there's something to these rumors, because they all have these like weird. I was at this party and then I saw this girl like drinking menstrual blood, and you're like, hold up, what kind of party were you at?
It's called Kool-Aid.
Did you guys watch that Hulu show, Darker Side of the 90s? It was
It's on my.
Soleil Moon Frye.
I just finished. Oh yeah, the Soleil Moon Frye one. Yes, I saw that.
She walked around with a camcorder documenting all of the
Everything.
shenanigans. So she was the social influencer before there was cell phones, and
Yeah.
the stuff that she captured, and a lot of these named actors now, the things that they did, dude. Yeah, there was some
And they talk about it on there too. That was
dude.
crazy stuff.
She captured some shenanigans, which just tells you, man, that, like, you know what, every era has their people doing things. It's just now we document it every day on social media.
Yeah.
So the kids are kind of screwing themselves over, because you know what we did. I mean, I did some pretty shady stuff when I was a kid.
We all
Stuff that
do.
I'm so glad that there is no documentation of. You know.
We'll
But-
talk after.
Yeah. I'll talk to my lawyer first.
No, but I don't know. I don't know what to say after that.
Ooh, I'm feeling this on.
Okay. Have you ever? Okay, I got the perfect question for you guys. Have you guys ever gone to a concert and
No.
it was like a genre or an artist that you would have never listened to, but you see them in concert and you go, you know what? I'm a fan now.
you guys, maybe not a fan, but I respected it, and you guys made so much fun of me when I mentioned this like some podcast back. I ended up taking actually there were two bands, so I'll tell you. I already told you the first one, which was the NSYNC and Britney Spears show, and you guys made total fun. But I'll tell you the second band that I saw. Okay, there was, I did. You know what? Shut
you
up.
ever listen to NSYNC backwards?
Anyways, you're saying I'm sorry about that. Go on.
No, we needed the musical interlude to just like cleanse that palate. Because why you gotta burn me like that, bro? Why you gotta burn me like
I'm
that?
sorry, because bye.
You did me wrong, man. All right, the other band, and you guys are totally gonna make fun of me, dude. I went to go see another boy band called No Authority. They were the band that was Shadow wrote by Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And dude, that album was like pure like R&B for these little kids that were singing some pretty intense R&B. It was pretty dope. And I saw them like over at Shoreline Village. They were playing off a boat, and I took it was Josie and her sister, because her little sister, and I took them to go watch it. And dude, you know what? I shouldn't have liked them because I was old enough to like hate boy bands, and yet I was sitting there going like, you know what? It's all right. I bought their CD, still have it. It's a pretty good album.
Here's the thing, though, because of your age now, anything that come from like the past, you will give it a pass. You give it
Really?
okay, yes. There's a lot of bands and a lot of music that I find myself liking.
I gave it a pass then, and this was in my late
I don't know.
19, early 20s.
Because, for instance, now, like, I'll listen to, like, 90s hits or 80s hits and stuff, and there's music that I, like, when I was working in the pharmacy where I met Doyle, I'd be, like, mopping up or cleaning, and then the song would be playing on the piano. I'm like, God, fucking shoot me now. And I find myself now going, well, she bangs, like, singing along and shit. And it's like, what has happened? But I think it's a nostalgia factor that comes to effect with those kind of music and stuff. I don't know. That's just my...
for me, what song that is? It's What a Fool Believes. What a fool believes.
Oh.
He's
Malcolm McDowell? No. What's his name? Yeah, I know what song.
Dude, that song, I hated it when I was a kid, dude. I freaking love that song now, man.
I'm going to be honest. I never knew the lyrics to that
dude,
song.
Dude, listen to it. That song tells a story, dude.
I have made up the words to that song for over 20 years, and I choose to continue to do so.
You're doing yourself wrong, Doyle. The whole story in that song is about like a guy meeting a girl that he in his mind created a relationship with, and the girl never saw that relationship, and so at the end,
and his name was George,
and at the end he said, like, the whole thing is that he still believes that they had something when there was never nothing there. And so basically it's about two perspectives, man. That song is epic.
Isn't that a Flight of the Conchord song too?
No, that's called the Flight of the Police, because that dude's going to prison for stalking. That girl's like, leave me alone, Jeremy. I don't want you. And he's like,
Jeremy spoke in class yesterday.
I would feel bad for that guy watching that girl like do his best friend or something. Like it would just be awful.
Well,
because
that would what?
What
song are you talking about?
Hold on. Okay, you just said what a fool believes, right? Mm-hmm. So this dude is delusional, making up these scenarios in his head. When you know how women are, she would totally like be into his friend or something like that, and he would be stalking this poor girl.
And now he's just like having flashbacks or something.
First of all,
let's bring him down.
I was
Down
the friend.
low.
I was the friend.
So is that why George is missing? Is that what it is?
No. So there's a whole community of people who get dogged out like
Bring
that.
up the lyrics.
I got him.
Okay.
I need to.
Do
So
it.
he says he came. Should I sing it or should I just say
Should I play it?
Sing it.
Yeah, sing it. Play it.
All right.
Put an
okay.
instrumental on. So
Yeah,
we
I'm going to put it. What's the name of the song again?
It's What a Fool Believes.
I want to
Okay.
hear Enrique
The
sing.
sentimental fool don't see trying hard to recreate.
Okay, I'm gonna keep making
up
the scenario to you.
Hold
ready?
on.
Then she has a baby by another guy.
There it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the lyrics off so you sing along.
Yeah.
I should almost tell you what I think the song said.
Go. Look, I got the lyrics here if you want. Karaoke style. Go.
He came from somewhere back in a long ago. The sentimental fool don't see trying hard to recreate what had yet to be created.
Not bad.
Once in her life, she musters a smile for his nostalgic tale. Never coming near what he wanted to say.
Copyright.
Only to realize. That's what I'm seeing off Squid Squad. It never really was. She had a place in her love.
Not bad. Keep going.
He never made her think twice. And he
Doyle?
rises to her
No?
apology. Anybody else would surely know.
No? Nobody?
He watches her go.
Ooh.
Well, what a fool. I can't do it
That's too
anymore.
high. To believe.
No one's better.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say,
Yeah, that's a great song, though. I killed it. Dude, that's such a sad song, though. Such a sad song. It's a happy, sad song.
Damn. All right.
It's a good song, though. But He's
Okay.
basically just saying, like, man.
it is, but I'm just saying that song was inspired by reality. There is a coworker out there who is desperately wanting to make the move on his female coworker, and she's totally not into him.
Oh, yeah.
And that song sums up that poor bastard's life.
Well, because he really believes that there was something there. Like there's some mistaken moment that he thought that they were really something, and she's like, "Dude, you didn't matter to me at all."
It's,
just
it's
nice to
usually
you,
those
bruh.
socially awkward guys
Like-
that never get like friend.
Yes.
And then a girl just to be nice, polite, be like, "Hi, how you going?"
Yes.
She loves me.
You know, I want her. The reason that
So
I find it sad because I know people that I work with people that potentially like see the world in that way, where those little small moments that most of us just kind of like overlook, they see more in it than there is. And so I don't know, maybe I just put too much feeling into it. It just makes me sad.
for the record, I think that's like every guy when he gets too drunk at a party and he's like, "Yeah, she was into me,
She
dude.
was
She
into
wanted
me."
to bang."
She just said, "Excuse me."
she was trying to get
She's
to
going to the bathroom, and you get in the fucking way.
He wants me, man. I told her, just call me. I don't know.
I may or may not have been that guy once or twice in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
I think every man has been that
I
guy.
think every guy. That's why I'm not gonna lie. But no, that's why I feel bad because the sad part is if anyone is ever that delusional in their own mind that they just like are making up scenarios and the girl hasn't given their number or like gone on a date with you, but like you think she loves you. That just,
Let me show you my vinegar balls.
ouch. If there was ever a Squid Squad. Don't say that. That's not the Squid Squad.
Oh.
The Squid Squad's
Oh,
cooler
sorry.
than that. Don't
No.
you dare.
Wait, hold on. What did you say? Wait, now it's just, I can't stop.
Look, Squid
He
Squad.
said, "Shut up!
Shut up. If Squid Squad, if you are that guy,
And you are.
we are going to pray for you, and we have some people who don't believe in
I'm
God.
not
but
religious, and I'll pray.
I'm praying for you right now."
We're all praying for you. We're praying that you get off the
Beelzebub.
wall, buddy.
Oh wait, there's one.
Oh shit! I didn't say who he was praying to.
Satanas. Oh shoot, man.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
terrible. That is awful.
So by the way, two things, man. That voice, that drum voice, dude, man, where'd that come from? I love it. That's
I
the
don't
best.
know. I just-
You've done some shitty voices. That was not one. And second thing, dude, why the hell did you let me sing that song, you bastard?
Because it's fun. Hey
I'm
man,
gonna be honest.
I'm good into karaoke,
that was
dude.
my favorite
I
part
love
of the
karaoke.
last two episodes. is you karaokeing. We should do a whole.
We should do a whole episode of blind karaoke, dude. Seriously.
Okay,
Oh,
that's gotta
man.
go. That's gotta go on the Patreon.
That's got to go on the Patreon and the board as
We'll
well.
do blind karaoke on
Oh,
the
man.
Patreon, dude.
You know what?
But we have to because I got to be behind a paywall, so we're
It,
gonna get in
it
trouble.
would be awesome to like have the Squid Squad like do karaoke
like
with us.
pay us.
I was just gonna say do karaoke with us. I would do a public event where we would like. That's never gonna happen.
Romania, man. You guys got deep pockets, Romania. Send us some of that. Send us some of that money.
Send me some drachma. Oh wait, what do they have? I don't know.
That's a Colonia that Drachnar Noir.
I'm sorry. Helen Noir, Drachma Noir.
Did you come up with
He's good. You like? Yes, he's good.
That was Klingon.
Da. Kapla.
Nostrovia. wrong country.
Dos Vidania.
Dos Vidania.
Yep. Anyway. Okay.
Suka.
That was a good episode. I had fun.
That might have been some of our most nonsense ever. The end of that episode.
Yeah.
I think we might have outdone ourselves. No, we
No,
haven't.
no, we haven't.
Definitely.
No, there's other stuff.
We've had some nonsense.
I'm still crying over the Looper thing. So,
I
and
am-
we've all had Looper moments now. So
So
we need George back so he can have his.
well, I was about to say. I mean, we
George
need to
is
send,
a looper moment.
we need to send out some sympathetic waves because I feel like the next time we do this show, like we might be able to get George back. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because
Doyle,
you know we gotta our schedule's changing, and not the release schedule, but our recording schedule, and
back to normal.
we might be able to make that happen. I hope, and then we can get back to some of the nonsense that we've talked before. Like let's get back to like conspiracy theories, flat Earth, and
We got a lot of stuff coming.
oh,
there.
do it in Trump. Yeah, let's talk some Trump. Fake news. Fake news.
Sucks. Wait, how is this man not in prison and he's been indicted like every day since like January?
I was on the way here. I was
He has a
listening
lot of
to Ben Shapiro just
Why?
because after I was listening to our podcast, and then for some reason right after that,
What the fuck?
it was like on autoplay, and instantly because I've listened to it back in the past, and so like Spotify said, well, I'm gonna play it for you now.
Gross.
And dude, so the whole thing was he basically made a case for why charging Trump in the RICA case is an overreach, and it sounded almost plausible that I'm thinking, oh my god.
You know what though? You know what? I hate to be the elephant. It is. It's a reach. It really is. You cannot. But let's not get into that
yeah,
right
no,
now.
we won't get into it, but it's an
Enrique,
interesting thing happening.
anything to say?
That was fun. Thank you for letting me sing a great song terribly, and I apologize to the Squid Squad in the world for ruining that song. But I hope Doyle, you learned something about the lyrics of that song because it tells a great story.
I have no clue what what it says.
I'll
I
send
just
you the
know what
lyrics.
it's about.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Doyle, anything to say? Pitch your, you know what?
You know what I'm gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
Please, baby, please.
Alex Jones is right.
Gay frogs!
Gay
frogs! You know what?
We got gay frogs in the Discord. Everybody, join us on Discord right now.
For those gay
we are
frogs.
still dealing with these gay frogs in the Discord. It is amazing. Well, it's not amazing. It's gay. Gay frog season. So ribbit. And go to www.ouchcast.com for all things Ouch. Go get a t-shirt. I think you'll love them. They're actually really good quality.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I got two. So
I gotta say shout out to Undercity for hosting us these last couple of episodes. I want to say more than a couple. For a few, we've been back home. We started here, we're finished here. Shout out to Keeping Up with the Nerds, Renee and the gang. You guys are awesome. You guys are on our Friends of Ouchcast page if you go onto our ouchcast.com. And shout out to Into the Void. G-Man, you're the man. And with that, remember, never make eye contact while eating a banana or singing karaoke. Good night, everybody.